up, doll collectors, hobbyists, fabs, and besties? I'm Toya, an adult doll collector. Welcome to my miniverse. I'm in the basement, aka the old studio, because we have a lot of home repair going on at the moment. So I don't have all my stuff. So today, let's do a little light crafting. Let's check the comments. Toya, can you make skincare products? Yeah, we can. Over the last few weeks, I've actually been working on a printable. When I get a little time here and there, I just jump onto my computer and add to it. I've been making items inspired by the product line Native because it has a pretty simple design. I think Florence by Mills is also pretty easy, so that's kind of what I was shooting for with this printable. I made several different products like spray deodorant, stick deodorant. We have body wash, lotion, shampoo, conditioner. We have cleanser, toner, moisturizer, and lip balm. So there are quite a few projects on one page. We will also need cardstock, poster board or paperboard, cotton swabs, a glue stick for a hot glue gun, and tape. This printable is in a grayscale for those of you looking for printer-friendly minis. I think printables like this are great for when you just want something to do when you're bored. Let's start with the lip balm because I think it's the easiest. Cut out the printable. There are 2 small pieces. We will also need a cotton swab and glue. Add glue to the back of the rectangle, trying to keep it as neat as possible. Roll the paper around the Q-tip or cotton swab. Trim off one side. Take the small circle that we cut out, flip it over, and glue it to the end. Allow it to dry, then carefully trim off the excess. Cut off the rest of the cotton swab to make lip balm for a doll. And if we made it again and left a little bit of the cotton swab hanging out, it looks like the dolls are about to use the chapstick. So I went back and added 2 to the printable. Then I added a couple of different colors. This one's like a hot pink. Then we have dark green. And I made one in a soft purple, going for this vibe. And of course, we're taking some artistic liberties with the products offered. I don't know if Native makes a toner, but Toya and Bella Skincare does. Now we can just pick out whatever printable we want to cut out and make minis. And we can add a thin, clear coat of polish if you want to give the chapstick a little shine. Making the spray deodorant at the top is similar to making the chapstick, only there are a couple of different layers. For this project, we also need a cotton swab and a glue stick. Carefully cut it out as neatly as you can. Once 3 parts have been cut out, take a cotton swab, take the printable with a small dot on the end, and we're going to go to the other side and wrap it around the Q-tip, using glue to secure the ends. I trim the top of the cotton swab, then glue on the next layer. For the last layer, let's wrap it first without gluing it, then move it so it lines up with the little dot. Unroll it and glue it down, then roll it again, gluing along the way. Trim it if needed and glue the end. Trim off the rest of the cotton swab to make spray deodorant. I like the shape of this one. And when it comes to centering the label, it might be easier to just cut off the bottom, you know, where the words are. Add the blank paper, then we can easily line up and add the label. Yeah, that's totally easier. We can use this same idea to make other products. Like sunblock, we can glue paper to the top, just like we did with the chapstick, to make it match. Trim off the rest of the cotton swab, and we have another skincare product for our dolls. We're starting to get a lot of little cotton swab pieces, so I made a few more chapstick printables in bright colors that we can cut out and glue around the leftover pieces to make more lip balm for the dolls. Then pull off the cotton tips, roll them into a ball with a tiny bit of water to make miniature cotton balls. Take a strip of leftover paper wrap it around the end of a glue stick to make a paper ring, glue it onto a scrap of white paper, wrap it with tape, paint it with polish. My polish has a light purple tint, so now it kind of looks like purple glass. Once dried, trim off the bottom. I wrap the bottom with silver washi tape to make a container to hold our cotton balls. Let's cut out the serum. We put it together just like the spray deodorant, and I trimmed the ends a little to keep the lines in the back. Then add the label. And we have a printable for a mist spray that looks like a little spray bottle. To give the dolls more variety in their deodorant, let's cut out the deodorant stick, which is a long strip of paper. Roll it around a cotton swab. I applied a little glue on the end, and then let's remove it from the cotton swab. Then let's squish it, flattening it out just a little and turning it from a circle to an oval. Glue a piece of paper to the top to make deodorant. If we want to take it a step further, let's cut the label in the front, cut another piece in the middle, take the longest piece that we're going to roll first, and I just trim it on the line. Take the part with the label and trim it as well. Roll the longest piece, add the strip from the middle, and then the label, creating a little tube. Let's flatten it just like before, then fill the inside with a little hot glue to look like the cap has been removed from the deodorant and our dolls are about to use it, adding more detail to our minis. For the bottles, cut them out and glue onto cardstock. Cut them out and glue them onto cardstock again and again to make it thicker. You can also go with craft foam or foam board if you can cut it neatly. One of the printables are glued to the front, and I glue another to the back. Cut strips of paper from the printable to glue around the edges to clean them up. We can cut another thin strip from the printable, wrap it around a Q-tip, stack and glue together a few layers of cardstock, then cut kind of a tear shape, trim off the cotton swab, glue it along with the paper roll on top, then add the little teardrop to make shampoo and conditioner. We can also cut a few layers of paperboard into a rectangle and cut out a printable, glue it around the edge, then glue it, on top. Or another way to make the bottles. To make facial cleanser, let's cut out the printable. We have a long strip of paper and a label. Roll the paper around a cotton swab. Let's cut off the end. Let's add the label right at the edge of the line. I added a little hot glue, then pinched the end closed. The glue made it nice and solid. However, hot glue is hot. You've been warned. Trim off the cotton swab to make a tube of facial cleanser. To make a bottle of toner, we cut out a strip and 2 labels. Carefully cut a glue stick to the length shown. Glue the paper around the cut end of the glue stick, then glue a scrap of paper on top. Trim off the excess, glue on the label, wrap it with tape to make a small bottle of some kind of solution. Let's go to the moisturizer. Cut out the long strip, the smaller strip, and the circle. Take the long strip, wrap it around something round like a jumbo glue stick or an empty spool of thread. I cut the end off of a small plastic spool, carefully remove the tube, glue it to a scrap of paper, then let's fill it with hot glue. Oh wow, at first I was just gonna glue a lid on, but now I want to be able to take the lid off. So I made the strip longer. Let's wrap it around our little tube, being careful to only glue it to itself and leave a little bit of wiggle room so you can remove it. Once dried, carefully remove it, take the circle and flip it over, glue the ring of paper on top. While that's drying, I add a little tacky glue to the hot glue for some texture, and I mixed in a tiny drop of white paint. While waiting for that to dry, trim the excess paper off our lid. Then I just disturb the glue while it dries to get a little texture. making our dolls a little moisturizer with a lid that we can place on and remove to make a few new minis for the dolls to enjoy. Thank you for joining us while we made a few minis for our dolls. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to ring the bell and follow us on Instagram at MyFroggyStuff, the Frog Vlog, and Bella of MyFroggyStuff. And we will see you next time. Bye!